Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jeff. Morgan has been holding down the live stream so far, but Morgan and I, Morgan with Bookkeeping for Painters and myself with Groundwork, virtual sales software, are interviewing fun and awesome people here at the PCA Expo 2022 in Orlando. So on the couch with me, I have a team from AI Painting Plus in Missouri, right?
Yes.
Columbia? Yep. I remember correctly. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Austin, AI Painting Plus.
And your role is lead wrangler, everything?
To be quite honest, I don't really know what I do anymore. So it's, she's the CEO, she's a sales rep. I'm just here to look pretty.
Awesome. So we have Lacey and Jacqueline.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we just had a conversation about the groundwork process, which has been really cool to kind of get your take on that. Some people may recognize the name from the work that you did with the Nolan Consulting Group on their podcast, Mission Vacation, right? How long ago was that? Maybe give me a summary of the experience.
So we went through the Mission Vacation journey. What was that, last, April through August or September? Yeah. It was quite an experience. It pretty much really dove into our business and dissected it, dug out some problems that we knew we had, but maybe we weren't so excited to work on them. Specifically family business.
Yep.
Working with your spouse is a challenge in itself. So that was one of our big rocks that we had to tackle. So
Yeah.
Anything to add?
I mean, we grew a lot during that process. We hired a lot, and they helped us. I mean, that was challenging us to take the steps to not just go slow, but let's go for it. Let's
really
do it.
Really get out of our comfort zone and be comfortable with being uncomfortable and do some things that may not result in the most positive outcome immediately, but that will, and they paid off.
Yeah.
Well, we hired people, we lost people, but coming back full circle, it was all worth it.
So Jacqueline, I've got a question for you in a second. But let me maybe get a background on the business. How long have you been doing it? What's a little bit of the journey that you've been through along the way?
Yeah, so I've been painting since I was 16. It's literally the only job I ever had. My neighbor was a painting contractor growing up, and I begged him for a job until the day I turned 16. And long story short, he gave me a job. Painted for contractors up until the 2008 recession, and then I got laid off work. Went to college, did that thing. We had our first son while I was in school. Family matters kind of took precedence. So I kept painting, and then eventually just started my own company, not knowing what I was doing at all with business. Kind of ran the business by the seat of my pants forever until last year when she came on as CEO and flipped everything on its head.
So flipped everything on its head. Tell us about that.
He's just not good at organizing, and he wore too many hats and was dropping the ball on almost everything besides painting, really. So my background is more in business, growing businesses and culture, and then administrative work, creating events, just a lot of different things. So that was the first thing I did when I started was just implementing processes and systems and actually getting them down and making sure everybody knows what they're doing. Organizing.
We actually had a handbook for the first time ever.
Actually HR and important things. So just making it an actual business, really.
Yeah. So we were chatting last night at the lobby bar, and I think I remember that you are new to the painting industry.
Yes.
So new to the painting industry as well, doing different things. I feel like there's a lot of that, from a labor standpoint, right? Find good people who may not be painters, but teach them that art skill stuff. Like that's a lot. What do you feel like you're bringing from other experiences into AI Painting Plus that can be helpful?
Yeah, I think my background is more in customer service, customer relations, and just building those long-going relationships. So being able to tie that into personalized experiences for each client. And I appreciate that because I think we'll really get to know them and then also cater to exactly what they want. So I love talking to people. I love making people happy and then making these guys more money.
So question, and this will be interesting here because I get to this is like my Dr. Phil moment here on an inflatable couch or whatever it is, we're like bouncing around. So what did Lacey and Austin do to make this opportunity attractive to you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've known Lacey and Austin for almost 10 years as past employees, relations with Lacey, and just watching their growth. So being able to see it start something small. I invited Austin to a B&I networking group back in 2013, and that, I don't know, just watching that exposure of him putting himself out there, working hard for everything they've gotten and deserve every bit of it. And I want to be a part of that culture. I feel like you guys create and have a really good culture. Employees come to them to work for them. Everyone are having hiring problems. They're not having that problem. So I just really, was like, hey, I want to get involved. I would love to grow your business and, retain my skills, but also learn so much more.
So if I could recap relationships, that 10 years, right? I've learned that myself too, is sometimes those relationships just, even with our team, it just matters so much.
Absolutely.
It's kind of just be a good person, yeah, here we go. It matters a whole lot. So PCA Expo, have you been to PCA Expo before?
I have. I was in Phoenix at the last one. Okay. That was my first one. So
how does this differ?
I think the conversations are a little different now, 2 years later. So 2 years ago, it was, I can't find help. I can't find help. I can't find help. And now the solutions are known. We know we have to make training systems. We know that evidently everyone just subcontracts work out now. So but if you can see a clear evolution from, the problems we were facing then and how they've been solved. And now, gosh, the technology is just going crazy now. There's so many different platforms that you feel like you have to, implement in order to stay on top of things. So it's interesting. It's fast paced. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
this is my first time being at this event. It's a good group. I would say the overall vibe has been just very fun, welcoming. It's I don't know. I've been impressed with it. Sometimes these conferences feel like conferences, And
absolutely.
I feel like
so approachable.
It's been fun. Yeah. So
everyone's here for a common goal. We all want the same things to progress our businesses, to grow. And gosh, the level of knowledge at this place right now is just through the roof.
Yeah.
You'll be having a casual conversation with someone right next to you, and you'll ask, well, what's your business like? Oh, we just did $20 million last year. They're like, oh my God, I would have been afraid to approach you if I would have known that about you prior to sitting down. But everyone's an open book, you know? So
it's a very cool culture. The food has been awesome here. I've been impressed by that.
Great.
Yeah.
Everybody's so staff is so nice. Everything.
Yep. Agreed. All right. Well, end the commercial for PCA Expo. Maybe we'll get a royalty or something from sign-ups next year. See if I can work that. I don't know, but yeah, I think we'll call it there. It was a good conversation. Thanks for stopping by and grab a Girl Scout cookie. See you guys.
Thank you so much.
Oh boy.
My website,